made some very cute coasters.
Well, thank you.
Welcome. I'm impressed. I used silver. I'm going to go back over it because I don't think it's like soaking into the cork, and I want another layer. Well, you got lots of questions from our lovely viewers, many of whom are your friends.
Yep.
From Becca, do you have a favorite or lucky calculator?
I'm partial to my 10-key calculator that I have at work. It's very nice. It's black. The keys press. I like the way the keys press.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it. Because 10 keys work a little differently than normal calculators.
Okay.
So I'm used to it, and I really like it.
That's great.
I can add up numbers really quickly.
As you need to do in your line of work, I think.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
Absolutely.
What made you want to become an accountant?
Let's see. Should I wait? Because there's a...
Look at you. You're so good. Yeah, it's a little noisy.
So I started off when I went to college. Well, before I even went to college, I actually wanted to be a journalist. But at the time, I also really wanted to stay in Arkansas. So that option wasn't really viable, just because of the opportunities that are there.
Totally.
So when I went to college, I just started off with a general business major, because I knew that would be useful. And so I took my first accounting class, and even though I really did not like my professor, I really enjoyed the material, and I knew that accounting was like a very
Excuse me.
good career and had lots of lots of opportunity, and I really enjoyed it, and I knew that one day I might want to own my own business, and so I knew that knowing a lot about accounting would help a lot with that, so I changed my major to accounting, and here we are.
And here we are.
And I really like it a lot. It fits my personality pretty well, I think.
Well, that's wonderful. So what would you say to people who are intimidated by doing their taxes?
I would say, don't be intimidated. Everyone has to do them. It's required.
Don't have a choice, yeah.
It's part of being a citizen of the United States. I would say, if you have a good relationship with your parents, get help from them first, because they've been doing this for years and years and years. And if all you have is maybe you have a job and you get a W-2 and that's all you have going on, very simple. There are some websites out there that will allow you to prepare your tax return for free. And I can give you those later, and you can link them below.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And they will even allow you to e-file your return for free. You won't be able to file your state tax return for free with this website, but you can print it off and mail it in, no problem. But yeah, if all you have is a W-2, you go to this website, fill in your W-2 information directly from the form that you get from your employer, and it automatically will calculate your tax, and if you have a refund or if you owe more tax, and then bam, you're done.
That's great.
Easy peasy. If you are like yourself, if you're an actor or an actress or something, or if you even sell, like, say I have a friend who sells art on Etsy. Say you do something like that, you're going to have it's going to be a little bit more complicated. You're going to have what's called a Schedule C, and that's where you're going to report. So say you have an Etsy shop, you'll report all the income you get from your Etsy shop, and then you'll report all of your deductions, so say all of your paint supplies and your canvas boards and stuff that you use to make your art that you sell. So that's going to be a little bit more complicated, but if you get a software like TurboTax, it's very good and helpful and will walk you through those steps in calculating your tax. And if you are self-employed like that, you do need to set aside money, because it's not automatically coming out of your paycheck like you would if you were getting a W-2 at the end of the year from a normal employer. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going to be going that route in your career. If you're going to be self-employed, you want to take that into consideration.
That's great. hope that's helpful and interesting
Yeah.
for people.
The biggest resource you can use is the IRS website, honestly. They have lots of great resources there. You can just search in the box on the page and say, hey, I'm interested in knowing about this, and it'll pop up and you can read about it.
That's great. Thank you.
That's my suggestions.
Kaci has helped me many a time with my taxes when I was terrified. So just find your own personal Kaci and it'll be fine.
Or just do that. Just find your own personal Kaci and they will help you.
Taxes are very confusing for a person that does what I do.
They're also very confusing for me sometimes, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Most of the time when I'm doing tax work and it's something I don't know about, I spend a good amount of time researching it, so
yeah, that's smart.
I don't know everything by any means.
Well, you know more than I do, that's for sure.
That's true. And the people who make the laws don't even know what they're doing, so don't get mad at the IRS. That's another thing. Don't get mad at the IRS. They don't make the laws. They don't create their own budget.
That's true.
You gotta get mad at Congress. If you want something to change, that's where you need to go.
There you go. Wise words. All-time favorite food / meal from back home?
From back home? Oh my gosh. That's difficult.
Mine is biscuits and gravy. I love biscuits and gravy.
I think, and this is just because I had it when I recently went back home to
Oh,
Arkansas.
yeah, you did. That's right.
A couple of weeks ago. It's probably going to be very strange, but I really like fried frog legs.
What? Oh my gosh. I pride myself on having tried so many things, and I have never had fried frog legs.
They're so good, and I had some really great ones when I was at home.
Gosh.
So probably frog legs and catfish.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I miss fried catfish so bad.
It's not something you can get here in LA, or at least I'm not aware of it.
Nope, me either. Also, you can't usually get it gluten-free anywhere.
Yeah, that would be very hard.
But I loved it, and I miss it. Cutting this tape has been difficult.
Yeah.
If you could spend a day in a Disney movie, which movie would it be, and what would you do?
If I could spend a day in a Disney movie, oh my gosh. That's tough.
Yeah, right? I feel like my answer is Tangled, but I feel like that's because it's always my answer. I like it best.
I mean, I do like Tangled, but I don't know what I would do.
I don't know either, but that place seems to have a pretty temperate climate, as opposed to, like, Arendelle or Agrabah. You know, it's seems like it would be nice there. You could do Princess and the Frog and eat at Tiana's restaurant.
Yes, there we go. That's my answer. I choose Princess and the Frog, and I would eat at Tiana's restaurant.
There you go. I like that. I'm afraid I'm trying to make a checkered one, and I'm afraid it's gonna look like a kindergartner made it. Who is your favorite character in Po Party so far?
So I actually got asked this last night.
You did?
Yeah. My favorite character so far is Emily Dickinson.
You know, Emily is really being a hit, and we are surprised.
I love her a lot.
I totally was expecting people to be mad at us for being mean to Emily Dickinson.
I think it's really great. But I mean, I do love Emily Dickinson just in general. But
Sure. Well, don't worry. There's more where that came from. Plenty more. Which of the Po Party authors is your favorite to read? Says Kelsey.
Charlotte Bronte.
Yeah. Do you like Jane Eyre?
I do.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Jane Eyre's not my personal fave.
Sorry, Poe.
Sorry, Poe.
I'll see you guys.
If you could be a character in any Disney film, regardless of gender, who would you be? I would be Basil of Baker Street. I wanted to be Basil so bad when I was 6. He's so cool.
I think I'd want to be Belle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Belle's cool.
I like
Do you think
Belle
she
a lot.
gets bored in that castle, though? I
I'm
think
sure
about this a lot.
I'm sure they take adventures.
They better.
I mean,
the
she's
whole
at
first
Disneyland all the
song
time.
is about how she wants adventure, and then she just ends up living in this castle, and I'm kind of like, come on, dude. Is that enough adventure for you? She does have that giant library, so I guess
Yeah.
that'll keep her busy for a while.
I'm sure that they take many trips to
I hope so.
other, villaging, other castles. They take
Yeah.
trips to other castles.
Good.
Maybe they go to, like, Arendelle.
Yeah, maybe.
Or,
She's in, isn't she in the Hunchback? Walking the streets?
maybe.
I guess that's not really a trip, because they both take place in France, but... And France. Favorite childhood TV show? I was a big fan of Wishbone.
Oh, I loved Wishbone.
Right? Wishbone was great.
Mine, I think, would have to be Arthur.
Oh,
I loved
yeah,
Arthur.
okay. Yeah. Name something you think the other person would be surprised by if you switched occupations for a day. I don't know what you would be surprised by. I don't know what my occupation looks like to an outsider.
I think you would be surprised by how much we don't know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That
I
sounds
mean,
right.
the tax code is huge. And, I mean, I come across things all the time where I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. Let me research that. Yeah, I do a lot of research at work.
That's amazing. I hate research.
I really enjoy it a lot. I'm pretty good at it.
That's
so.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. You should enjoy it. It's good that you're doing it. I don't know what you would be surprised by. I think it's pretty... I don't know. What would you be surprised by?
I don't know.
I think it's pretty sort of obvious how my job is and how it's weird and unpredictable, and I want to say, like, maybe that there's, like, plenty to do to keep me busy all the time, but I don't mean that in, like, I don't know. It's like I'm always doing something, even though it's not a very concrete something. But I don't know that that's necessarily surprising. Maybe how stupid the audition process is. Although, again, I've tried to be fairly candid about that, so maybe that wouldn't be a surprise. Who do you want to Disney bound? You Disney bound.
I do Disney bound.
I do too sometimes.
I mean, I've Disney bounded as Snow White.
Mm-hmm.
I've Disney bounded as Ariel.
Oh, you have?
I have Disney bounded as Flounder.
Cute.
I guess someone I haven't Disney bounded yet that I want to would be Tiana.
Oh, yeah. You should. Yeah. I want a Disney bound as Dole Whip.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dole
I like that idea.
Whip. I have a yellow dress now. I think I might do it sometime. I have one blue skirt that ends up in all of my Disney bounds. Anna, Ariel, Belle. It's perfect. It works for everybody.
You have a very long line of people following you around.
What? For which one?
For
For Dole
Dole.
Whip. I have a fun Disney bound story, and that's that one time my friend Anne and I Disney bounded together as Anna and Elsa. Mm-hmm. And Anne was workout Elsa. She had on workout clothes, but they were blue and they had snowflakes on them. And she had her hair in a braid, and she's blonde. And I had on that blue skirt and just a black top and a pink scarf and my hair in pigtails. And everywhere we went, all of the little girls were like, Anna? Elsa? And I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to get in trouble. They'd be like, are you Princess Anna? And I'd be like, maybe. It was really bad, and they just stared at us, and then I was embarrassed, and then I was afraid I'd get kicked out.
Did you meet Anna and Elsa while you were doing that?
No, I don't usually wait to meet the characters. The only one I've actually walked up to and met that I got excited about was Mary Poppins in Epcot recently. And Cruella de Vil, right? We met her. The character thing is cool, but also I'm always like kind of a cynic, and I'm like, that's just a person dressed up like that person.
I really enjoy it a lot.
Do you?
Yeah. I always try to have a question ready for them.
Oh, yeah?
And then also, like, if I'm wearing a pin of them, so, like, I met Minnie Mouse, and I was like, look at all the pins I have of you, and, like, when I met Chewbacca, I had a Chewbacca pin, and I was like, he loved it.
How do you know, though? Because he just makes a noise at you.
Yeah, he made a happy Chewbacca Wookiee noise.
Oh, yeah, we've met Kylo Ren a few times. We enjoy meeting Kylo Ren.
He's intimidating. He is so scary.
What are you talking about? He's great.
Greg sent something to him, and he was just like,
stop. Oh. My friend Anne, we went that time, or maybe it was a different time, and she just giggled the whole time, and he was like up in her face, and she was just laughing, and it was really funny to me. But yeah, it's fun. I should probably meet more characters, I guess.
I like it. It's fun.
That's great. Do you want to show us what you've made?
Yes, sure.
I think you've made some very beautiful coasters.
So I have a heart with some polka dots.
It's gorgeous. I love it.
And then I made a somewhat recognizable Mickey with red polka dots.
I love it.
And then I made this one for Greg because he told me how to make one for him with an F for his last name.
That's so cute.
Or it could be for Formula One because he likes that too. So I could add
Formula
one.
One racing?
Yeah.
Is that like race cars?
Yeah. It is race cars. They're like the fastest ones in the world.
Oh, okay.
They look like the, like the Indy 500. Those cars, they look like those cars.
Okay.
They're not like actual cars. They're like, they're cars, but they're not like NASCAR cars.
Okay, yeah. I don't know a lot about racing, clearly.
I mean, I only do because Greg watches it.
Yeah. Well, that's so great. I love your coasters.
Thank you.
I made a few myself. I made this. This is my favorite, I think.
Yeah, I really
made
like
this
that.
cool geometric one. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I like it. I made this checkered one. It's okay, I guess. That's all right.
I like it.
And then I kind of copied you, and I made a I love you one.
Oh, I like that one.
It's for Sean, maybe, if he wants it. Yeah, I like it too. It's kind of silly. Yeah, they're cute. Well, thanks for joining me, Kaci.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Where can people find you on the internet if they wish to find you?
I'm Kaci Burrow on Twitter and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I have Tumblr. It's Get Off Your Feet and Make This Count.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Reading with KaKel on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll link it below so people can go subscribe. Well, thanks for crafting with me.
Thanks for having me.
It was an absolute pleasure. And everybody, until next time, craft your truth. Bye. I'd like to say a big thank you to my patron, Nikki Goad, for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to be a patron, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/mkwiles. It's how I make a living.